As we can see, 2025 has been an absolutely insane year for product drops. In fact, I don't know if there's been a more influential year for Pokemon card investing and the overall demand and price of sealed products and singles as 2025. It feels like more and more people than ever are joining this hobby. So let's take a little bit of a look at the top 8 performing sealed products of 2025. These products have all been launched this year and are going for so far above their recommended retail price on the open market. It is just insane. And like I was saying, I don't think we've ever seen this gap so quickly. We all know a lot of these products are in the reprint window and any of them could be reprinted at any given moment. 2025, what a year. Let's just jump straight into it. So we've seen heaps of products. We've seen Prismatic Evolutions, we've seen Journey Together, we've seen Destined Rivals, we've started Mega Evolution, and we've still got the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection from Mega Evolution Phantasmal Flames coming around the corner. Like, it's just insane the product drops we're getting this year. So number 8 on this list of insane growth for 2025 is a Journey Together booster box. And you might go, well, that's sitting pretty easy, but hold on a second. What you've got to remember is how far above the recommended retail price these booster boxes, elite trainer boxes, and ultra premium collections actually sit. And like I was saying, I don't think we've ever seen this before, because if you jump onto, and this is the guide that I used, if you jump onto PokemonCenter.com, these were the price that you could order these boxes for if you happen to get one. So that's the pricing I've gone off. A Journey Together booster box was 161 USD on Pokemon Center. And at the moment, it's already got a market price. This is open market on TCG Player of 261 US dollars. So for a box that was launched this year, it is 62% up year on date. It's just insane the growth we've seen. And that's the worst performing sealed product that's been released in 2025 when it comes to these top 8. Number 7 on the list is a Mega Evolution booster box. $161, same thing. We haven't seemed to have seen an increase in the recommended retail price on the new Mega Evolution era, being a new block. But it's currently got a market price of $300 US dollars. So it is 86% up on where it should be. And you've got to remember that so many booster boxes for so long, their market price at launch actually sat well below recommended retail price. And look, you can have your own opinion on this, whether this is a good thing or a bad thing for the hobby, because quite typically, you know, when you've got an online store and the market price is well below recommended retail, there were stores that were like, you know, during maybe even only 18 months ago, like June last year, there were stores that were lucky to sell Scarlet and Violet Base, Paldea Evolved, Paradox Rift at a very small profit, if not in some cases break even. And now the shoe's on the other foot where, you know, I guess stores are cashing in and making heaps of money. And it feels like, you know, maybe there's a lot of hate going towards it and they're the bad guys, but it's the economy. It's the free market economy. Like, you can't really control it, can you? Mega Evolution, though, what a set. It's probably the best base set I think we've ever seen. The gold cards and the pull rates for those new hyper rares are phenomenal. The SIRs inside there, like the Mega Gardevoir and the Mega Lucario and the Venusaur. I think this is a really nice Pokemon card set. And, you know, in my eyes, it's a B+. Like, it's maybe even verging on an A-. Like, I think it's a pretty damn solid Pokemon card set that'll have good investing potential. Number 6 on the list is Prismatic Evolutions Super Premium Collection. So this had a price on the PokemonCenter.com of 153 US dollars. It's currently going for $314. So in little over 9 months, it is 105% up on its recommended retail price off the Pokemon Center. And hasn't Prismatic Evolutions just gone strength to strength? And one thing I think you'll notice across this list as we're about to jump into number 5 is that there's been a real shift in the best performing sealed products versus what used to be the best performing sealed products. And I want to delve into that more after we finish this list to give you some insights on, you know, where to perhaps invest your money in the future and what we can take out of 2025. I know there's still a little bit to go, and I'll do a bit more of a summary video for 2025 as we get closer to the end of the year. But number 5 on this list is a Destined Rivals booster box. And you might think, well, hold on, that box has been performing insane. How can there be 4 products that have performed better than Destined Rivals booster box in 2025? it was, or had, a market price, of course, on PokemonCenter.com of $161. It's currently going for $426 is its market price on TCG Player. That's 164% up. And this booster box has been out, what, not even 3 months, or bang on 3 months? What insane growth. I don't think even Evolving Skies had that sort of growth when it first came out. Now, here's the interesting thing in my take on Destined Rivals. So it's jumped up to $426, okay? And then what happens if there's a reprint? Like, surely we're bound to get one. I've been saying for a long time, I'd be extremely surprised if we don't. And if we don't, like, I honestly think Destined Rivals will eclipse Evolving Skies and even Team Up if it gets no reprint. Like, the odds of that, in my opinion, are so low. But even if it gets a reprint, let's say the market price drops from $426 to $275, just plucking numbers out of the air. But let's say that happens. What do you think is going to happen then if people can buy Destined Rivals booster boxes for $275? All that large amount of money, all that large amount of cash, all the large amount of investors are waiting on the sideline to scoop those up. And as soon as they're scooped up, it'll rebound so quickly back up to the $420 odd price that it is now. It won't be funny. It's like Lost Origin when it got its final small reprint. It made a little dent in the price, and within a month, it was straight back up to where it should be. And that's a really good hallmark for a great Pokemon card set to invest in. The fact that it jumps so rapidly as it comes out of the gate, which Destined Rivals has, and then particularly after a reprint, if it rebounds really quickly, it will really show the strength of that set, that people just want to keep buying it and chasing it and chasing it. I work in the car industry, and there's an old saying, if it's popular new, it's going to be popular secondhand. If you look at the most popular new cars here on the Australian market, they're also the most popular used cars on the Australian market. Yeah, of course, there's more volume of them, but popularity breeds popularity. And that's what's going to happen with Destined Rivals. On the free market, in the future, in 5 years' time, it's going to be one hell of a popular booster box. So, hey, let's wait and see. Will we get a reprint? Now that we're at a halfway point, I just wanted to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is, of course, the Collectr app. If you don't have it, there'll be a link in the description to download it. Fantastic app. You can follow my journey down in the content creators section. You can put in all your sealed and singles product. Now, the big part is, though, there's been a few awesome changes. If you jump into the portfolio tab, in the portfolio tab, it'll typically just show you your most expensive product to your least expensive. Now you can filter by what's been performing best on a daily basis for you. So what's up for the day? What's trending up? You know, what's gone up 20% for the day, or 5% for the day, or 15% for the day? The other big one now is on the tab in the bottom right-hand corner. Typically, you could see how much you've spent on your whole inventory, so singles and sealed, and then what its paper value is, so what its total value is. So you can see the paper gains that you've made, but now you can lock in real profit. So once you've sold products, you can mark what you sold it for and show what profit you've made across your journey. So for Pokemon card investors and people looking to turn this hobby into a bit of a side hustle, this is a fantastic app. Again, link in the description. Number 4 on the list, White Flare's Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. $60 is what you could grab these for off the Pokemon Center website. They're currently going for $209, sorry, White Flare, 248% increase. And its brother set, Black Bolt, same thing. You could buy it for $60 off the Pokemon Center website. If you could get lucky enough and beat the bots, I get it. It's difficult to get at that price. $240 is its current price. So 300% up. And this is where you're going to start to see a trend, which I want to touch on very shortly. Number 2 on the list is Destined Rivals Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. Again, $60, $382 is its market price. Ready for it? 536% increase on its recommended retail price, or what you could buy it for off the Pokemon Center. That is just absolute madness. And number 1 on the list, just to top it off, is Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. Same thing, $60 to $395. 558% increase in price. I've been spruiking Prismatic Evolutions for about a month now about how cheap Elite Trainer boxes are in comparison to what their future market price will be. Like, in my opinion, it's a little bit of a no-brainer. It's crazy how cheap they were. And look, they've already shot up like 50 Australian dollars in the last fortnight since I did the video on it. It's such a good set. You've got Master Balls, you've got Shinji Kanda putting his 2 cents in there with the Roaring Moon. You've got all the Evolutions. You've got a beautiful Umbreon, which is harder to gem into 10 than the Moonbryon from Evolving Skies. So we're possibly going to see across time a lower PSA 10 population of that card. Just a stellar set to invest in, Prismatic Evolutions. But all in all, what you'll notice, the top 4 here, sealed products of 2025 that have performed the best, have all been Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. And in my opinion, the X factor now that has changed this is the stamped Pokemon Center promo. And you might go, oh, that doesn't add much weight. But yes, it does. I mean, check out Obsidian Flames. Have you seen how much the PSA 10 Charmander with the stamped Pokemon Center promo is going for? That card is going for an insane amount of money. And you know what? There is a finite number of these that will get printed. They're not printed anywhere near as much as their regular Elite Trainer box counterparts. So not only are they rare as a sealed product, but it makes the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer promo inside there super, super rare. And we also know how hard they are to gem into 10, so the PSA 10 copies of those cards go for astronomical dollars. It's just what seems to be the new best investment. And, you know, it never was. During Sword and Shield, it wasn't. You know, Booster Box was still king. But now that the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes get that stamp promo, look, I think they're probably the new king of the sealed investing space. It's that extra little bit that they've added onto it that's just made a massive, massive difference, in my opinion. Well, there you have it. There is 8 products in a year where we haven't seen anything like this. The increase in price on sealed products straight out of the gate is just insane from what their recommended retail price are, when for years they've typically sat at or below retail price. So what a year, and 8 crazy products. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.